welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. I thought in tonight's video we would do another tips and tricks like video because Disney World is changing. And the last time I did a video like this, it was summer. Well, since then Disney World has, gotten more crowded. That's right. Everyone is flocking to Disney World right now. Of course, holidays, right? It is holiday season. So everyone who wants to see all the Christmas decorations, the trees, eat the sweets, get the merchandise, see the trees, all those kind of amazing things. People are just flocking to Disney World. It's traditionally busy season right now. Plus, if you haven't heard, our borders have opened up a little bit more, so there are more international travelers headed to Disney World. There are so many people who have just been waiting and waiting for days and days and days to come to Disney World, and that time has come. So they are flocking to Disney World just like everyone else. Plus, Disney just experienced one of their first actual races in a really, really long time. So Disney is just busy. It just is. So if you are still thinking Disney is, walk on ride season, I'm sad to say that is over. But that is the whole point of this video. I'm going to give you Nina's top 5 kind of tips and tricks on how to kind of deal with Disney World as it is right now during busy season. Hopefully you like these 5 tips and tricks. These are things my family will actually be doing as we head to the parks this holiday season as well. So the first thing, I always tell this to my clients, but I think it's extremely important during busy season, and that is to plan ahead. You really just can't wing it at Disney World anymore. So I know you're thinking, well, Nina, I did plan ahead. I booked my reservations, I got meals, great. But there's a little bit more to it than that. One thing I always tell my clients is you need to kind of create a top 5 list for every park day. Kind of think about what are the top 5 things you want to try to do while you're in the park that day and focus on that. It's super easy if you go ahead and get yourself a park map. You can even do this once you're at Disney. You go to the park map and you can actually circle the rides you're interested in or highlight certain things. That way, when you're actually in the moment, you don't forget what your goals were. And I'm talking simple things like today we're gonna focus on doing 7 Dwarf Mine Train and hitting our kids' favorite rides. Or maybe we wanna focus on making sure we get this one particular treat. Whatever it is that's kind of in your brain as your top 5 list, just kind of jot it down because it will help you navigate through all the crowds. And just remember, anything that you can accomplish on top of your top 5 is just icing on the cake. So don't go into it thinking you are gonna see and do it all, because that is just really hard to do during, any trip really, but especially during holiday or peak season. Another thing you wanna try to do is get there early. I get that a lot of people like to sleep in. I know, I get it. It's vacation, but not at Disney, guys. Disney is just not a sleep-in vacation. If you truly need to sleep in, then I suggest you do a resort day, because traditionally lines are just shorter first thing in the morning. If you can maximize your day by locking in maybe most of those 5 things within the first few hours of park opening, then the rest of your day is just icing on the cake. Is just whatever happens, happens. At least that's what it is like in my family. Once we've hit our top few things, the rest of the day is, we'll just see what happens. We'll see how we feel. We'll let the magic, hit us wherever it wants to, that kind of thing, right? So tip number 1 is really just to plan ahead. Do not come up with a detailed itinerary minute by minute, hour by hour. Just kind of come up with some basic things you want to try to accomplish in that day and set that as your goal. Number 2, now I know you guys are tired of hearing about this, but Genie Plus. I'm really sorry to say that for those of you who are anti-Genie Plus. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please check out my videos. I have put out 2 videos right now basically breaking down exactly what is Genie Plus. Now, the reason it is number 2 on my list is it's working. People who are doing Genie Plus are skipping the line. They are maximizing their vacation. And I can't see this being any more important than on a holiday peak season. Why wait 3 hours in line for a ride when you can just pay and skip it? That's all I'm saying, guys. Unfortunately, this is something you have to pay for. But in the end, if that helps your vacation be cheerier and merrier and happier, then why not? If you can afford it, right? So the thing you really need to know is that Genie Plus passes are going fast. They just are, especially those individual lightning lane passes. So if you are interested in Rise of the Resistance, Slinky Dog, Seven Dwarf Mine Train, those are going first thing, like early in the morning. So if you are gonna do Genie Plus, you really do need to plan ahead. Like again, step number 1 is if you're doing Genie Plus, is you would wanna plan ahead. Okay, what rides are we gonna try to Genie Plus or individual lightning lane now at 7 a.m.? Come up with a game plan, because in the end, it just cuts down waiting time, because holiday peak season traditionally means what? Crowds, which equals long lines. So if you want to be able to cut those lines just a little bit shorter, then yeah, you need to consider Genie Plus. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Genie Plus videos, because I really break it down for you guys. Number 3 on my list is to stay on property. And I know you off property people are thinking, no, too late, I've already stayed off property. But for those of you who are still trying to book your trip, on property has a lot more perks than you think. And let me explain. First thing is, right now, resort guests get to come in 30 minutes earlier than anyone else. And I get, oh, 30 minutes, that doesn't do anything. It actually does, especially right now at Hollywood Studios. So right now, resort guests are able to just go straight into the park in a resort guest line. Anyone else has been waiting and cooped up in these super duper long lines and are not even able to get into the park. It is so frustrating to think that you have to wait in this long line, except if you were a resort guest, you could just go straight on through. Also, that 30 minutes, could get, knock out a couple of your rides that you planned ahead about. First thing in the morning, just get her done. Or you can get in line for one of those longer lines, maybe one of those individual lightning lane rides that you didn't want to pay $15 a person for. You could just get in line early, right? That 30 minutes is really going to help you maximize those 2 things, especially getting into the park, because right now, Hollywood Studios, sadly, it's kind of a hot mess when it comes to entering that park. Also, staying on property means you will be able to get those individual lightning lane passes first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. because some of them are selling out. Rise of the Resistance, Seven Dwarf Mine Train, those passes have been gone. So if you are staying off property, you have to wait till park opening to get those passes. If you are staying on property, you can pay for them at 7 a.m. And by the way, you need to do it at 7 a.m. because passes the other day were gone by 7:10. That's right. It's crazy out there, guys. The other issue that's going on right now are the parking lots. So anyone who's staying off property or who is driving has to wait for those parking lots to open, and they don't really open for 45 minutes or so before park opening. So if you are trying to get in and get in line a little bit early, the line to get into the park, you're not going to be able to because the parking lot's not even open yet. So of course, resort guests, we get to take a resort bus and we're right there. So just another level of something to consider is to just stay on property if you can. Number 4 is, I hate saying this one, but it's just really true, guys. You really have to pack your patience. You have to be wearing your patient pants that day because holiday season just equals crowds. It just does. I don't care what day you are going. The majority of November and December is just holiday season, and crowds equal cranky. They just equal cranky people, cranky other guests, cranky kids, cranky parents, cranky people in general. Crowds also equal longer waits. So make sure you guys check the apps now and see what these ride wait times are. And this is what will help you go ahead and plan ahead. As you look to see what rides have longer waits, you can try to attack those rides first in the day or maybe later in the evening, depending on your situation. But yeah, crowds just equal longer waits. They just do. Crowds also equal longer food times, especially for mobile ordering. So unfortunately, even if you have a dining reservation or you're trying to mobile order, all of these things could potentially be backed up because more people just means it's harder to get everyone kind of moving and going on pace like they're supposed to, like they normally would. So this is why you have to pack your patience pants. You just do. Just try to be a little understanding that everyone else who's at Disney right now also wants to have a fabulous, magical vacation just like you. If we all just go into it trying to do the best we can, I think it'll just be a happier time. So I have been several times during holiday season. I'm pretty much always there during holiday season, and I've seen a thing or two. Unfortunately, crowds do kind of bring out the ugly in people. So just try to understand your limits, try to understand your children's limits, and if you need to take a break, go take that break. Don't add, more crankiness to the situation. And just remember, please, 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 thank a cast member. Give some holiday cheer to a cast member. They are doing the best they can. Try to put yourself in their shoes. Would you want to be a cast member over holiday season with all these crowds and potentially cranky people? I'm not sure I would. So we absolutely love to give a little extra magic to those cast members, definitely with a smile and a thank you. If that least thing you can do, give them a thank you. Thank you for being a cast member. So always remember, it's not their fault. If the ride lines are too long, it is not the cast members' fault. So please don't blame them, please. Anyway, number 5 on the list for peak season, holiday season travel is to just embrace the little things. Take a second and look around. You're at Disney World over the holidays. Take a moment to just look at all the holiday decor. Take a moment and eat a special treat. Look around and see all the little details and things that Disney has put in to their parks for this season. I feel like a lot of people miss those things because they're too busy running around. Oh, it's holiday season. I got to do this. I got to do that. And they kind of forget kind of the awesomeness that is around them. Take a moment to enjoy your kids' faces, right? Like when you're on a ride, you could watch the ride. You could watch your child's face in excitement and amazement because they're on the most amazing thing ever, especially if this is your kiddo's first time at Disney. Absolutely take the moment to just embrace those kiddos and those expressions and all of that just great holiday cheer, guys. Remember, it's not about doing it all. And you kind of can't do it all because it is holiday season and it is crowded. So just remember to take in the little things. Sit down on a bench, take a moment, eat a Dole Whip, share some memories, take a selfie. Do whatever you need to do to kind of just regroup and enjoy those kind of small things. And just remember that even though I personally love to do this, you don't have to run from ride to ride to ride. You can stop, take a moment, get a snack, sit on a bench, find a corner, eat some popcorn, whatever it is you need to do to kind of regroup and remember that it's not necessarily about hitting all those points, doing all the things, writing all the stuff. It's the whole picture, right? Disney is built around emotions and experiences and all those great things. It's not just the rides. This is also a great time to check out your resort. Take a moment, go to your resort, maybe go to another resort if you're on the monorail, and just kind of look around and enjoy everything around you. Because again, line after line after line can get a little exhausting. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed these kind of simplified top 5 tips. I get there weren't so many tricks involved, but I think that people forget these things. And so I'm just here to remind you that over holiday season, these 5 things I think are just very important to remember and to consider. So go ahead and talk to your kiddos if it's not a surprise. Get a game plan, figure out what you want to do, take a look at Genie Plus, see what rides you would be interested in passing, which rides you would rather wait in line for, and all those good things. And if you absolutely can, staying on property, especially right now, has proven to be worth it. It just is, guys. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am starting to do more tips and tricks for you guys. You guys have spoken and you prefer my tips and tricks videos. So I am gonna try to answer your questions and give you guys all of my little travel agent tips that I can. So if you are looking for a specific video that you want me to answer a question on, go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know what you want me to do next. But as always, guys, mahalo for watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications. I'd love it if you would like this video and of course comment what other videos do you want me to make next. But as always, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye.